Hey guys, welcome to another segment of Top Apps. Zach here, and today I've got a very special and interesting development in the world of apps. Now, it's a new GPS app. Now, you might be saying, Zach, there's a lot of GPS apps out there. What's so special about this one? Well, this one's by Nokia, and a little context, I used to use a Nokia phone a few years back, and one thing I miss from it is the Garmin GPS. It's the free GPS that works without a data plan, without internet whatsoever. So, Nokia has recently released Here Beta. That's right, it's just called Here, and it's in the beta phase of development, and it's a GPS app that can work without a data plan. So let's have a look at it and see if it's really worth your time. So let's see what's so special about Here in the beta phases. Well, first of all, it does actually use the Google Maps. So it should have all of the basic abilities such as tracking, not just tracking your position, but tracking traffic and also alternative forms of transportation like public transportation or even walking. Now, the big selling point of Here GPS is really the maps. For example, you can download the maps. A lot of GPS apps can do this, but you can download the maps and they're very, very comprehensive. Now, it covers hundreds of countries, and you can download not just for specific countries, you can download for entire continents, and the file size can be a little big. For example, the European map is going to be almost 10 gigabytes, which some devices out there won't have too much problems with it, but for the Malaysian map, it's just under 300 megs, which is a lot more manageable. Now, I've been testing this for a couple days now, and it's quite reliable, and I tried to run it without data because although some of us do have a lot of data to work with, if you're on a lower budget package or you're really just trying to save data or save battery life or stuff like that, you want to turn off the internet, just leave location on, and then you can use it. Now, some other cool features are they have a variety of voice packs, which it's still early development, so more will probably come, and they're probably going to be a bit more open to custom voice packs, but they have standard voice packs and high fidelity voice packs, and they sound somewhat like using the Google sort of voice synthesizer, so it sounds pretty good. They have a decent amount, and what's nice about it is they do actually have a Bahasa Malaysia voice pack. So if you'd like to use your GPS in DM, then that's no problem whatsoever. Overall, some criticisms about it is that the user interface, the UI, is still a little bit clunky at times, and it can feel like you're pressing too many times to do something simple. And also, there have been reports of a few bugs here and there, but it is still in beta. But just to be clear, that's what beta means to this, because every development company has a different definition of beta. Usually, it's just a marketing gimmick to make you feel like you're getting early access to something. But overall, it's just for Android for now, but it's free, and it doesn't require internet except for downloading the maps to begin with. So it's just a great thing to check out, and you should definitely try it as an alternative to your current GPS apps.
Of my robotics project. Stop. The 7th test.
This is Tadashi, my older brother.
33rd test. Wait, stop. This is the 84th test.
Hello, I am Baymax.
It worked! Oh, this is amazing!
He wanted to help a lot of people.
Big Hero 6, the newest film by Walt Disney Animation Studios, is a world filled with appealing characters. This movie is inspired by the Marvel comics of the same name and is an action-packed comedy adventure featuring breathtaking action with all the heart and humor of a Disney movie.
You will be all right. There.
Recently, animators and visual effects specialists in Malaysia were invited by Post-Production, Animation and Creative Content Association of Malaysia to watch the making of Big Hero 6. Joining in the event is Kyle Odermatt, the movie's visual effects supervisor. He shares his experience and knowledge about the journey of making the box office hit animation, from the delivery of story ideas to bringing that vision to life.
It's about 3.5 years from when that idea is greenlit into final release. We make the bulk of the movie in that last year of that. Everything about the time before that is making sure that we have designed a compelling world, that we have really refined the story into one that we want to make into a full feature. And it's a constant evolutionary process. And I would love to say that it's a very smooth and easy process from start to finish, but what we find is there's many bumps along the way. Almost every one of our amazing films that we've released recently has had a hiccup or two along the way. In many ways, we think our reaction to those things makes them stronger. It really makes us take a step back, take a very close look at the film, and just always look for every opportunity where it can be better. We had a lot of technical challenges with what we wanted to achieve, because artistically we wanted an incredibly rich world, a large world where our characters could play, and we wanted it to look not photoreal, but in a stylized way that gave you a lot of believability. And so we knew that that was going to be a challenge. We actually embarked on writing a whole new rendering package. That's the thing that creates our imagery, to be able to achieve the look that we wanted with all this tremendous complexity. And that renderer Hyperion is really what you feel when you see a scene from Big Hero 6.
The movie plot starts when disaster strikes the city of San Francisco. Robotics nerd Hiro Hamada teams up with an inflatable healthcare robot named Baymax, a plus-sized inflatable robot, and a group of other robotics experts to save the city.
Really, a lot of it's about, it's much more cerebral. It's about how they can think their way out of problems, how they can use their intelligence. They don't have any supernatural powers. They actually have to create their own powers, and that's one of the things I loved about the film so much, that Hiro uses his brain and he uses the strengths of all these different characters and just enhances what they have already. And although they stumble at the beginning as well, they really do become a strong superhero team, but one that we can really believe in because they're real people like us. I think we always want to feel something about our characters, and I think it's one of the ways that we do that is we have them experience things on screen and you live it with them. So you can just go on a ride in a film, but really we want you to really get in the heads of the characters, feel what they're feeling, and sometimes even hark back to things that you felt in your life, because we think it really does make for a really memorable movie-going experience. And I think our story team and our directors did an amazing job. At the end, you really feel for what Hiro's going through, and I've seen it over and over and over, of course, because it's part of my job, but it still, at the right time, can choke me up.
Set in a futuristic fictional city named San Francisco, a combination of San Francisco and Tokyo, the movie has a good team of artists, engineers, and production team to work together to bring the director's vision to life.
I would love to say that I know exactly what it's going to look like, but I don't. But I do usually have a fairly clear picture of what we need to try. I think there's lots of things that come out different than what we expect at first. So we could paint what we would think it would become, and it becomes something quite different. I think that's one of the exciting parts about the development process, the discovery. What we then need is the open mind to evaluate those and decide whether they're right for the film or if we have to keep going. We never want to put something in front of our audience that isn't worthy of their time and their energy and their expense to come see it.
The treatment is working.
Oh, no! No, 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 no! Oh, baby!
I think being very critical about making sure that you're getting quality in all areas. Because there's so many different pieces of what we do. The lighting has to be amazing and supporting the animation performance. The environment has to be nicely situated, and the composition needs to be strong so that character business plays as strongly as it might. Seeing the movie in 3D is another level where we can add one more exciting way to tell the story with the choices that we can make in stereoscopic presentation. So it really is about the attention to detail. And there's 1,000 details, so it does get a little daunting.